Our Kevin McCarthy, who does the best at this. Hey, good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
I've only been seeing you for the past 20 minutes, Kevin.
I know. It's good to see you again, though. I mean, it's been a couple minutes since I've seen you, and I've missed you.
Halloween is just a couple days away, and this is when people really start feeling like the scary. We talked about this earlier in the year, that scary movies really do well.
Yeah. Oh, the box office for horror films, that's one of the main genres that still crushes at the box office.
Unbelievable.
Like Smile, The Black Phone, all these major films. Megan crushed, because that's all like viral TikTok marketing campaigns. Horror does really well. It just does. It really does.
Is that something that's picked up post-social media, or has it always done really well?
Yeah, I mean, it's always done well, but it's nice to see a genre still crushing theatrically post-pandemic, the theatrical experience has changed a lot, but people still love to go to the movies, because I remember interviewing, I think it was Jordan Peele for Get Out, because it was interesting to watch Jordan Peele go from comedy to horror. And if you actually think about it, comedy and horror are very similar. They both evoke a very vocal and terrifying or comedy reaction. Yeah, you still are reacting in a physical way or an emotional way. They both kind of hit the same thing, even though you feel different.
So what are the spooky movies or spookiest that we have to see this week?
All right, so right now we're going to break down my 5 favorite scariest movies of all time. Hashtag, you can obviously let us know, hashtag DMV zone if you agree or disagree. First off is the Halloween, of course. Now, I bring this one up for multiple reasons. One, today is the 45th anniversary of the release date of this movie. It opened up on October 25th, 1978. Very low budget, and obviously we know the legacy this film has left on the horror franchise. 2 little cool pieces of information. One, did you know that the Michael Myers mask is actually a Captain Kirk Star Trek mask that was manipulated? So back when they made this movie, they went to a store apparently and bought a Captain Kirk mask, from what I understand. A Star Trek William Shatner Captain Kirk mask, and then they basically manipulated it to make it look scarier. And I talked to John Carpenter all about this, the director of this film. He confirmed it. It's really kind of an interesting story. So if you ever see the William Shatner Captain Kirk mask, that's the original Michael Myers mask. This movie, and the music, the main theme, dun 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 dun, that's actually created by John Carpenter, the director. His father taught him a certain period of time on the bongos when he was younger, and that's kind of how he came up with that sound. So that's a classic, definitely #1 up there for now. Next up, we have a little movie called The Shining, Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. I think the sequel is fantastic as well, Dr. Sleep. This is still a film that still hits really hard. It's very scary. I think the cinematography is incredible. I love this movie. Jack Nicholson's amazing. All right, next up is Sinister, which is arguably one of the scariest, if not the scariest movie I've ever seen in my life. This is Ethan Hawke. He plays a writer and moves into a house with his family. He finds some Super 8mm movies in the attic that then unlocks some type of supernatural activity. This is Scott Derrickson, who directed Doctor Strange, one of the scariest movies I've ever seen. And then next up, we have this little movie right here. I want to bring this up. This is The Exorcist. The trailer for this movie is scarier than most movies that come out today. Linda Blair and the practical effects and the visual effects back then. We obviously have the DC connection with The Exorcist Steps in Georgetown. Classic, streaming on Max. And then finally, I got to mention real quick, a little movie called The Descent, which is a masterclass in the art of claustrophobia. It's on Hulu. It's about women cave diving, and they come across some really scary creatures.
Some amazing picks. Let us know if you're watching any.